Why would any presidential candidate ever accept election results proven to be illegitimate? The 2016 presidential election has already been subject to massive rigging and fixing, fraud and theft. There's no question that the secret agenda behind the third debate was twofold. First, to get Donald Trump to agree that he would unconditionally accept the election result, no matter what the outcome and regardless of its illegitimacy. Thank goodness he didn't do that. Secondly, the Election Commission was determined to ferret out Trump's most likely response to a completely rigged and fixed electoral process, even in the event that the election was conspicuously stolen. It's clear by the timing and the ferocity of those pointed questions and immediate response that this was the big issue of the evening, as it ought to be. If the DNC, Obama administration, and Clinton campaign have one extremely serious concern, it is that Trump will fight to overturn the election results should Hillary Clinton steal it outright. This campaign season has already been the dirtiest and ugliest in U.S. election history. No other season even comes close. So an election theft by the Clintonistas is fully expected by virtually everyone who has watched their dishonest tactics and crooked strategies. Hence, nickname Crooked Hillary. The same can be said for the degree of transparent fraud and outright theft that is being perpetrated by the MSM, the Obama administration, and their various partners in crime. Rigging and fixing. What Donald Trump and his many millions of supporters already know is that the Clintonistas have rigged this electoral process in unprecedented and unparalleled ways. The mainstream media, the MSM, has shown itself to be using the overwhelming influence of their numerous organs of propaganda to hugely benefit Clinton and to get great disadvantage of Trump. This ongoing fraudulent dynamic only gets worse by the day, and the entire body politic has witnessed this rigging process as never before. The constant taking and reporting of fake polls that show Clinton always on top and forever expanding her lead over Trump is just one example of the MSM colluding in the DNC to fix this election outcome. By repeatedly disseminating fraudulent poll results, the MSM is fixing the data to falsely support the planned election theft. The co-conspirators in this criminal plot to subvert the American democracy have conducted this fixing process since day one, and it only intensifies by the day. Fraud and theft. As a matter of fact, there is now so much fraud and theft involved in this election committed by the Democrats that Trump could easily issue a formal challenge to the Election Commission before the final ballot even takes place. Based on volumes of evidence, his candidacy has already suffered irreparable harm through fraud, which was sufficiently tilted. It tilted the playing field so that he cannot be declared the winner. The many ways in which this election fraud has occurred are being systematically exposed by the Trump campaign and the few MSM news outlets that still report some truth. As for the naked election theft that will occur on November 8, but it does continue to take place in the several swing states which will ultimately determine the winner, this is where the Democrats have the control and full intention to steal the election outright. For it is the largest cities in the critical swing states where elections are always stolen. For instance, Clinton cannot win this election without carrying the state of Florida. It is now common knowledge that her campaign is quite busy padding the vote in all the major cities throughout Florida: Miami, Orlando, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Jacksonville, Pensacola, and Tallahassee. This is where the Democrat machine is working the hardest to steal the election. The Democratic supervisor of elections in these cities know that the 29 electoral votes must show up in Clinton's column if she's to win the race. There have been countless stories of busloads of illegal aliens being bused from one poll station to another during past elections. This scam can easily be implemented in the big urban areas because of the chaos that often occurs on election day. The perpetrators simply take advantage of all the confusion, especially when the poll hours have to be extended due to long lines at the closing times. This criminal election ploy has been methodically utilized by the Democrats over decades of electioneering. 2016 expects to see a record number of non-citizen illegal aliens voting for Hillary R. Clinton. Likewise, the big cities that are run by Democrat mayors routinely see the ballot boxes stuffed during crucial elections. This can happen in a number of ways. Obviously, electronic voting permits the stuffing to take place in ways that only Democrat hackers know how to do, undetected so that there are no fingerprints at the crime scene. Of course, the final vote tallies can be altered in various ways, which Democrats will certainly do come November 8th. The third debate. The third debate was quite telling about the true character of Hillary Rodham Clinton. There's no way that such an extremely unpopular candidate and malevolent character can win this election fairly. Hillary can only win by rigging and fixing fraud and theft. Her criminal election syndicate is working overtime to steal this election by every means necessary and any means possible. That much is known for sure. Clinton's debate performance clearly reflects the sheer criminality of her entire campaign strategy. She was so nasty, mean-spirited and ugly in her presentation that only a dunce would vote for her. A criminally insane, psychopathic dunce, that is. Hence, she will have a very difficult time mobilizing voters to show up at the polls. The American people have now seen the real Hillary Clinton, and it is not a very pretty picture. A vast swath of the electorate now understands that she is unequivocally, quote, the most dangerous presidential candidate in U.S. history, end quote. There are extremely important reasons why Hillary Clinton has been chosen as the POTUS that will destroy America, as follows, quote, candidate Clinton is being installed as POTUS to start World War III, end quote. If the preceding expose does not concern the American people, then nothing will. Hillary is unfit and ineligible. Donald Trump said it best when he asserted during the debate that Hillary Clinton has no right even running for president, that she is ineligible, that she is disqualified from holding the highest office in the land, and that she is really running for president only to avoid being a federal prisoner. The lock her up movement is growing by the day. What Donald Trump neglected to mention is that Clinton is legally barred from holding any office in the United States of America. The law is clear and unambiguous about this uncompromising legal fact. The U.S. code that follows was violated by Secretary of State according to her own admissions. U.S. Code, Hillary R. Clinton is disqualified from holding any office in the United States. The only reason why Clinton is even still standing for office because the MSM has carried more water for her than any other candidate in American history. The major networks and news dailies have collaborated to provide favorable news coverage for her while unjustly destroying Trump's reputation at every turn. The MSM is both a major accomplice in the election theft, as they will be the main entity conducting the cover-up. Likewise, the Obama administration has used the extraordinary power and influence of the executive branch to aid and assist Hillary Clinton's candidacy in ways that are downright criminal and unconstitutional. This is the only way that Team Clinton can win, quote-unquote, win in 2016. Massive rigging and fixing fraud and theft. The conclusion to this. The DNC and Clinton camp are running very scared indeed. Their obvious attempt to corral Donald Trump into a pen of compliance around blindly accepting the election outcome was both reckless and coercive, misguided and childish. And they tried to pull off that little stunt on global TV during prime time in living color and in real time. Wow. This was the secret agenda behind the third debate, to compel Donald to go along with their plan to steal this election. TPTB want no interference at any part of the theft of the election and manipulated Clinton victory. They know that should Trump try to thwart their efforts, nothing short of the Second American Revolution could be jump-started. The New World Order globalists are quite aware that a large and assertive segment of the U.S. citizenry will not tolerate an election theft in 2016. Therefore, the ruling elites are doing everything in their power to preempt and organize protests in the wake of the election. They will eventually enlist the Black Lives Matter movement and short-circuit any initiatives by the Trumpsters to reverse a stolen election. As SOTN has noted several times in previous commentaries, there is no more deadly combination than ignorance married to arrogance, as demonstrated by the Democrat-Republican covert alliance to sabotage Trump's presidential aspirations. Their MO is one of incessant betrayal and treachery, episodic violence and aggression, as well as intensifying threats and intimidation. Welcome to the Clinton campaign, and welcome to the Clinton presidency should she be successful in somehow stealing this election. This is State of the Nation, October 20th. I'll leave a link below for you for this.